Dale Earnhardt Jr. will compete in not one, but two Xfinity races next season, and the Out of the Groove Chevrolet is wrapped on a truck heading to Phoenix as we speak, with 250 members of the Groovy Gang riding on the rear deck lid. How's it going, y'all? My name is Eric. Welcome to Out of the Groove. We've got some fun news stories to cover in just a moment, but first, as you can tell by my t-shirt, this episode is sponsored by Auto Park It. Auto Park It has been all over Lawless Alan's truck this year. They're the leader in autonomous, automated parking garage technology. Here's a quick word from Auto Park It.
Remember how parking used to be? The slow roll around? Then you finally find a spot. But you need a shoehorn to get out. Well, that was then. You don't use your grandpa's phone. So why do you still park like it's 1999? I don't. I auto park it. It's time to upgrade your parking. Go to autoparkit.com to see how.
I want to give an extra shout out to Auto Park It for participating in this year's Groovy Hollow 2 charity iRacing event. Raised over $12,000 for charity. Really appreciate Auto Park It for supporting that endeavor and supporting this episode of Out of the Groove. And for sending me this fun t-shirt. They're available on Lawless Alan's website down in the description if you're interested. All right, time for some quick updates. Earlier today at noon Eastern time, tickets to next year's NASCAR All-Star race at North Wilkesboro Speedway went on sale to the general public. As we discussed last week, All-Star race tickets are only being sold as weekend passes that get you in Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. They include two concerts, the truck race on Saturday, and both the All-Star Open and All-Star Main Event Saturday. I went online right at noon today and experienced plenty of glitches. North Wilkesboro Speedway said they were just overloaded with demand. The typical Ticketmaster experience. Eventually, I was able to get through to where it would allow me to select tickets. I actually went back just before I started recording this video, just before 2 o'clock Eastern, and saw that there still appear to be some tickets available in the turns 1 and 2 grandstands, and they're along the back straightaway. It looks as though the front stretch grandstands are already completely sold out. Last week there was some debate about ticket prices, too expensive, limited options. Why can't we buy a single day ticket just for the Cup race on Sunday? I said it then, this race is going to sell out. It's likely going to sell out quickly. Even with the limited options, the higher prices, SMI has a difficult task here. They're a business, they want to make the most money. They could have sold these packages for $400, $500, $600 probably and still gotten a lot of demand. But they also want to prioritize the local Wilkes County fans who've been without racing at their short track for most of the past decade. They've been without NASCAR for more than 25 years. They gave a lot of those fans priority. There are late model, super late model races going on the week leading up to the All-Star race that are available for much cheaper if you want to attend those. Like any company, they want to make the most amount of money possible, but they don't want to alienate too much of the local community. I don't know if they've struck the right balance here, but it's clear looking at today that the demand is there. They're going to sell out. I'm planning to be at the All-Star race next year, so going to be cool to see that thing in person. North Wilkesboro Speedway, against all the odds, is back on the NASCAR schedule. The NASCAR Cup schedule, even as an exhibition, still shocking. If you told me this a year ago, I wouldn't have believed you. Next bit of news, and this one's just kind of fun. I saw everyone tweeting about it today. Phoenix Raceway revealed a new VIP experience for this weekend's championship. You can apparently have dinner in the sky. 12 VIPs at a time will be lifted up into the air for 30 minutes and will be served drinks, food, all while overlooking Phoenix Raceway, watching the race unfold beneath them. What? Why? What is this? I mean, yeah, if I had the opportunity to go up there, I would take it. But it just seems like such a weird thing that very few people will get to actually experience. Now, I went on YouTube because I was like, this has to have been done before. The company that's doing it, I looked it up and I found this video clip. Here's an idea. It's just gonna be probably attached to a giant crane. I mean, everyone's strapped in. They got shoulder restraints, seat belts. You're buckled in pretty good, but still. I'll be at Phoenix this weekend. I'll be curious to see what this actually looks like in practice. Who's gonna get to go up there? I have no idea. What kind of content will they shoot? I have no clue, but this is one of the wackier things I've seen at a NASCAR race, I figured it at least deserved an honorable mention. So people are aware of what's happening when they show up to Phoenix this weekend and see a dozen people snacking in the sky. What an interesting concept. I guess you can turn just about anything into a business these days. Speaking of Phoenix, real quick before we talk Dale Earnhardt Jr., the Out of the Groove number 6 Chevrolet is loaded up. It is traveling across the United States to Arizona as we speak. The final decal to be added were the 250 names, the first 250 fans who pre-ordered the Out of the Groove diecast last week. Y'all got your names on the car, on the rear deck lid. You'll be riding with Out of the Groove, Brennan Poole this Saturday. I just wanted to say a big thank you to everyone who took advantage of that special deal. We do still have a select few diecast pre-orders still available. I'll go ahead and link that down lower in the description below. But those of you who jumped at the opportunity to get your name on the real car, also pre-order the diecast, I really appreciate your support. We sold out of those first 250 in like just over an hour. I never thought something like that would be possible. So really appreciate all of your support to make this diecast happen, first and foremost. And it's gonna be really cool to see y'all riding with Brennan Poole on the 6th, Saturday evening at Phoenix. Race begins at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, USA Network. I will be there sharing lots of videos and photos throughout the weekend. It's a dream come true for me. I really appreciate all of you for riding along and being a physical part of it. It's awesome. On that note, let's shift gears to Dale Earnhardt Jr. Yesterday, Dale Earnhardt Jr. announced that he'll be competing at Florence Motor Speedway later this month in a late model, and he revealed the special throwback Bass Pro Shops scheme he'll be sporting in that event, a throwback to his father's 1998 All-Star Race scheme. The black and gold number 3 rides again look so good on that late model body. He'll race that car later this month. Also, Bass Pro Shops will sponsor Carson Kvapil's late model for 20 races next season. Bass Pro will also sponsor Josh Berry for 11 Xfinity races next year, and they'll sponsor Dale Earnhardt Jr. himself for 1 TBA Xfinity race. Take a look at that paint scheme, bright orange. That's right, Dale Earnhardt Jr. will compete in not 1 but 2 Xfinity races next year. He'll run this Bass Pro Shop scheme once, and then he'll do a race in the Hellman's colors. He would not say which Xfinity races he's planning to compete in, but he did say they will likely be in the second half of the season when NBC is in charge of the broadcast, since in his words, he'll be at the track anyways. We'll have to wait and see exactly which dates he selects, but Dale Earnhardt Jr. expanding his racing schedule as he gets older and older. Racers race, what can you say? First and foremost, it's great to see Bass Pro Shops stepping up, supporting many of Junior Motorsports' efforts. Dale Jr.'s been very high on Carson Kvapil, and Josh Berry, of course, we know that's Dale Jr.'s boy. Reporter Toby Christie was there at the Bass Pro Shops announcement, and he asked Dale Jr. an interesting question. What's it like to handpick certain drivers and then see them do well? I'm paraphrasing, but Dale Earnhardt Jr. had a pretty thoughtful answer. He said, quote, "First off, when you handpick somebody, there's a pressure that comes with that, giving them the car to win. You pick the guy and it's easy to say, man, you've got talent, but now I've got to give you the best car I can give you so you can go out there and win. There's races they run and you know they're good enough to win, but the car wasn't. As an owner, that's tough." Dale Earnhardt Jr. went on, "I think picking the guy is the easiest part. Trying to give them the opportunity is the hardest part. Trying to make sure Josh Berry gets his chance to finally get that phone call from a Cup owner, or Carson Kvapil gets a phone call from an Xfinity guy, or we get him into our program down the road, that's the hard part." I thought that was a very honest answer from Dale Earnhardt Jr. Being a NASCAR team owner is tough. It's a tough business. You can't just go out and spend big money on the top drivers or the best prospects. Sometimes you gotta balance sponsorship. Almost all the time you gotta balance sponsorship. You gotta bring in a driver who maybe has some funding. That funding is what's gonna allow you to stay competitive. That's gonna trickle through your entire program and allow your entire team to be fast. So there's a lot that Dale Earnhardt Jr. and any team owner in any NASCAR series has to balance, has to handle. But I think Dale Earnhardt Jr., more than some team owners at least, maintains a stronger personal connection to the drivers he's bringing up. Like, he sounded genuinely happy for Noah Gragson that he's moving up to Cup next year with a completely different team, a different organization, going to Petty GMS. I know it means a lot to him that Josh Berry is now a full-time Xfinity driver. Heck, Josh Berry's competing for the championship this weekend at Phoenix in his first full-time season. You can tell that means a lot to Dale Earnhardt Jr. So while being a team owner in NASCAR is a tough business, like I said, in many ways it's cold, it's heartless, I do appreciate that Dale Jr. at least tries to maintain that personal connection with his drivers, crew chiefs, all of his crew members and teams. I think it makes that team easy to root for. I don't know. I'll be curious to see where Dale Jr. races next year. My guess is they will be shorter ovals. That's been pretty consistent the last few years since he retired from full-time cup racing. You look at some of his recent results, he made his first late model start in like 25 years. Just a couple months ago at North Wilkesboro, finished third, remember, in that green Sundrop car? So I'm sure he'll be competitive at Florence in a couple weeks. And as for Xfinity next year, every one-off race he's done the last few years, he's been at least fairly competitive. I think he finished 11th at Martinsville in the spring, and that race got really screwy towards the end. He's doing 2 races next year. I won't be shocked if he wins one. I mean, think about it. Noah Gragson, Ty Gibbs, AJ Allmendinger won't be full-time next year. They've been the 3 best this year. Not trying to say the Xfinity competition will be weaker next year, but I think it will. I think it will be a little weaker next year. So who knows? Maybe Dale Jr. can break through and win a NASCAR race in the 2020s decade. That would be pretty cool, I think. Junior Nation would love that, no doubt. Share your thoughts down in the comment section below. What do you think of those paint schemes Dale Earnhardt Jr. revealed? What do you think of that quote of him talking about, bringing Josh Berry, Carson Crawford, other drivers through his system, the responsibility he feels as a team owner, the pressure he feels? What did you make of those comments? I thought it was a very interesting quote that Toby Christie, good reporter, did a good job asking and collecting. That is going to do it for this update video. Thank you so much for watching. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any upcoming videos. We've got our championship preview coming out here very, very shortly. I'm working out right now, crunching the numbers for trucks, Xfinity, and Cup, of course. As always, a big thank you to my Patreon supporters as well. Couldn't do this show without your continued support. I will see you all in the next episode. Thanks for tuning in. Take it easy, y'all.